Well, good evening, and welcome to the new time. The new time is at 9 o'clock, Central Standard Time. Welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. I'm Anna. I'm your host. I come to you every Wednesday to inspire, to encourage, and to empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. I'm a retired school teacher, an author, an educational consultant, a jewelry consultant, and a health consultant, and I'm also a certified cake instructor. So I bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to our conversation. Each episode, we will dive into topics that enrich your life from education and personal development to health, wellness, and of course, the art of jewelry. This is done by providing workshops and guest speakers. And this is my fourth season. So this time I am offering series. There's a big surprise at the end of the series. But the first series of the year is called New Year, New Mindset. And so you want to have a renewed purpose for a fulfilling 2025. And so I hope I want you to join me as we explore the inspiring stories and expert insights and practical advice to help you to live that blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. So I want to thank you again for tuning in to Sweet Blessings, where every conversation is a treasure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I always have a little housekeeping. I'm on my phone. I just could not get that uh, uh, my computer to work because it just wasn't working on there. So I'm on here. So just bear with me just a few moments. I do have some housekeeping uh, things that I need to tell you a little bit about. I do go live during the week on my personal profile. I go live on Instagram. That's my profile for Instagram, and I also go live on Facebook. And this is my Facebook. Uh, it'll be down at the bottom. This is my Facebook uh, profile. So if you want to watch me there during the week, and during the week I do different things. I uh, I do my jewelry and I do other things on my personal uh, profile. Also, you can reach me at my email. This is my email. In case you want to, maybe you have some questions, or maybe you want to be a sponsor, or maybe you have a product or something like that you might want to put on, advertise on my uh, podcast. I do have commercial slots and all of those things. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me at my email. I do have packages. They're reasonable. Where you can come on and showcase your products. So I'm always, like I told you, I'm always looking for advertising for people to advertise, sponsor, commercials, and guest slots. So any of those things that you're interested, reach out to me at listening1 at gmail.com. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kind of get started. Unfortunately, on my phone, I don't have I don't have commercials over. I don't know how to put them on here yet. So, just like I told you, just bear with me. We will be fine. We're on, and it's not cutting off, and that's the most important thing that most of all. Now, before I began this series, I did um, send out it's called a reflection sheet, so that you would be prepared this evening. So if you not just prepared, but kind of know what I'm going to be talking about. And so if you on and you had that reflection sheet, feel free to put in the comment section of this podcast, of this show, some of your comments. No one has to know who it was, but just some of the things that you found out, about yourself. And the most important thing is to be honest with yourself. You just have to be, that's a hard thing to do, but you have to be um the honest with yourself. So basically, I want you to know that it's the start of a new year, and this is a perfect time to pause, reflect on the past, release what no longer serves you, and reset your mind for the journey ahead. So, in this episode, we're going to walk through powerful exercises to help you gain clarity, to let go of limiting beliefs, and also to start fresh with intentions. So it's important that you know that every year you can start fresh. So, and most people, every year people talking about um, New Year resolutions and all that. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about reflect, release, and renew. Okay. Now, when we talk about reflect, uh, why is why is reflection important to growth? Why is reflection important to growth? So as you think about that, as we go through the reflection, you're going to be assessing your emotional and mental state. You're going to be looking at or identifying your habits, your patterns, or your situations that serve or hinder you. You're going to acknowledge accomplishments, no matter how small, and areas for growth. Now, I want you to understand that you never ever get too old to grow. You want to continue to grow for the rest of your life. Okay. You don't want to stay just in one thing. And then you're also going to learn how to practice gratitude. How do we practice gratitude? Uh, Gratitude is not something that we're born with. We have to learn gratitude. Okay. And so my question was, why reflection is important to growth. Now, I feel, it's my opinion, that reflection is important to growth because when you reflect on something, you really are analyzing it. You're trying to see whether or not it's working for you or whether it's not working for you. And so that's basically what we do when we reflect. So, what are some of the key reflection uh, questions? And that was what was on that sheet that I had everyone download for those who downloaded the sheet that I put in. It had key questions for self reflection because I want you all to be able to interact. It's important that you interact because, and be honest with yourself, like I said. So, one of those is, what did I accomplish this year? Okay. Think about that. What did you accomplish this year? And so, what challenges did you overcome? We just can't look at the accomplishments. We have to look at our challenges as well. So, what challenges did you overcome? And it could be numerous things. I've had so many challenges this year, you won't even believe. Seriously, I've been having challenges for a while. And what lessons did you learn? Okay, what lessons did you learn? So, I this is an activity I do all the time, y'all. You know, reflections. And if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you'll see that I do affirmations every day. And if I don't do them, people say something to me. But what people don't realize is that those affirmations, I started doing those. I'm grateful. And be honest with you, I'm grateful that they help people. But I started those for me. I needed those. And so that was my way post. And so I've been doing it for a while. Seriously. A while. I post and I'm so grateful that other people like my affirmations. Uh, and they're different. They're not just all, you know, if you get a chance, like I showed you my Facebook page, go there. I post it every day. Every day I post. It doesn't matter. Every day, 7 days a week, I post an affirmation because I feel like we need that. We need that positivity, that pat on the back sometimes. And so the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I thank the Lord that let me get up. But I also need that affirmation. Okay. And by me putting that on, putting those affirmations on, it made me realize that other people needed them as well. And so I've gotten many, many compliments um, on my affirmation. So when we talk about reflections, these are some of the things that you want to look for. And another thing is, some people want to know, how do you practice reflection? So the first thing is, journal your thoughts and feelings. Write them down. There's nothing wrong with writing them down. Do you all know that most of the poets and the people, the people who write songs and stuff, they write it down. They might write it when it comes to them. It might be early in the morning. It's usually weird times, but they write it down. Write it down. So journal, journal. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a notebook. I don't have a notebook. What I use is my planner. This is my planner. This is my planner. I love this planner. I love, you see, it's right here by me. So if I come up with something that, and I'm always jotting down little notes, you know, even for my uh, programs and stuff, things that I want to give, you know, or show, tell people about, inform people about. So the first thing you want to do is journal your thoughts and your feelings, meditation or prayer. Now, I'm not telling you to pray, but you can meditate. There's nothing wrong with meditating. I pray a lot. Silent prayer. I don't pray out loud because I feel like my, I like prayers where people move me when they pray. And I don't feel like I move people when I pray. So I move myself. But there's just some people that just can, when they pray, they just, you just can feel it. You know what I'm saying? But meditation, that is so real. Plus, meditation makes you relax, yeah. If it's nothing but breathing exercises, breathing in and relaxing and blowing out. Meditation, just freeing your mind. Um, Put on some calm and music and just the best to me. Now, this is another opinion. I'm telling you my opinion. The best time to meditate to me is early morning or late night. I really prefer late night because that's when I can lay in the bed. I can put my little stuff on and listen to the soothing music, and before you know it, I'm gone. Okay. But I meditated a little bit, So, like, just wanted to, and always just what I just told you, ask yourself reflective questions. What am I proud of? What challenges have I overcome? What lessons did I learn? So these are some of the things that you can do for reflection. So it brings clarity and insight into your current state and what needs to change. That's what reflection does. Okay. So we're going to take a little brief pause here. And I am going to, I don't know what, I don't even want to mess with this too much because I don't want to mess with it too much because the reason is that it might, but we're going to take a brief break and I'll be right back. I'm just going to play some background music for y'all. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. I just learned how to do something different, so give us all a little, little break until I can figure out how to get my commercials on here. Okay. Plus, I'm telling y'all to come on and do a commercial thing, and I can't. Well, I do have it on my regular computer, but I don't know how to get it on my phone, and so I'm having computer issues. So remember what I just said. And so therefore I have to use my phone because I have to come on here and give you this information. Excuse me. So I want to talk about release for a little bit, just for a few moments. Um, Once you reflect, okay, and you kind of find out. So let me tell you what the purpose of release is. The purpose of release is to let go of emotions, habits, or situations that no longer serve you. That's the purpose of release. So you want to release out of your life. You all, it took me a long time to do this, but you want to let go of emotions, habits, or situations that no longer serve you. And if you don't, that's why you got people have hypertension. People have habits that can't break. Okay. So, and that hypertension, stress, anxiety, all those things have to do, you got to release them. You got to let it go. You just have to let those things uh, go. So, releasing involves, it involves you identifying your emotional, mental, or physical chatter. Okay. You letting go of guilt, fear, or failure from the past. Because sometimes you feel guilty. Okay. You got to let all that go, y'all. You got to let it go. And, like I said, when I said this is something, it's not easy, but we got to practice it. Remember, practice makes perfect. Remember the little baby that can't walk, but he keeps practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing until he can walk. And that's why we are walking today, because we practice and we practice and we practice. But that, what we fail to do is we stop practicing. Okay. So you want to practice because it's your life. It's your life. So, and it's hard sometimes to let go of guilt. It's hard to let go of fear. You fear something, it's hard to let go of that. And sometimes you can get yourself in a situation and then you're kind of fearful of how to get out of that situation. Okay. And so you just, like I said, you got to release it. You just got to release all of that. It's just, it's hard to do. And so this is my activity for you. So remember that the purpose of the release is to let go of your emotions, your habits, or your situations that no longer serve you. So you're going to be releasing that guilt. You're going to be releasing that resentment, and you're going to be releasing the fear. You're going to be letting go of toxic relationships or self-sabotaging habits. I'm going to repeat that one. You're going to be letting go of toxic relationships or self-sabotaging habits. Okay. So sometimes you might be in a toxic relationship. Get out. Get out. You need to have peace of mind. And peace of mind is very important. And be careful because sometimes you can be the villain. You can be the one that's doing it to yourself. So look at those self-sabotaging habits. And I want you to free yourself from the weight of the past. Free yourself from the weight of the past. Because you start thinking about the past, and then all those problems start coming back. So you're going to let all that go. We're going to start. We're going to renew, y'all. We're going to renew. Okay? So let me see. How do we practice release? I got my notes here, y'all. Ooh, this one is so good. I love this one. Write a release letter and destroy it symbolically. Now, you might not think that there's any truth to this because I did an activity like this once, and I'm gonna tell you I was shocked at the results of it. And it was done at a church. It was called the Burning Bowl, and it was you would go there and you would write down your goals or your aspirations for the coming year twice. You would put one in you would put it in an envelope and you would put it in this big bowl. It's like a big bowl. And then the other envelope you would self-address to yourself and you would give it to uh whoever's in charge at the church. And so then they would have this big ceremony and they would burn all of these things and where people had put all of their what they were going, for the year. Well, me, I'm self-doubt. I didn't believe that. But I'm gonna tell you when I got my envelope back and those things that I had written down in that envelope all had come true. I was just in awe. So never, ever, ever self-doubt uh yourself. So you want to write a release letter. Say, go on now. And then you want to destroy it, okay, symbolically. And you can do it just like that. You can tear it up. I don't care how you do it. Then the other one, you put away, do it twice so that because you got to make sure, because in a year's time, you might be like me, you might forget what you wrote. You might have you might have forgotten what you wrote. So in a year's time, you can give it to somebody else and have them mail it. But I think there's a program or something where uh, you can have it sent to you later on, and you can see it. I'm telling you, I was just amazed. So listen to the next one I'm going to tell you about: deep breathing exercise to release the tension. What did I tell you? That's that meditation. You know, and people use deep breathing exercises for many things because I can remember, I watch my weight, child. So I'm a Weight Watcher. So I can remember those breathing exercises sometimes when they teach you different, techniques and stuff, hold it and then slowly blow it out at the count of 8, real slow. 1, 2, and things like that. Meditation is awesome, you know. So try that. Physical activity to release built up stress. Now, I can tell you many, many stories because I'm old and I have wisdom. But I just want to say this, okay? Uh, Physical activity is very important, yeah. And I'm a prime example. I'm getting ready to tell you my story about physical activity because I was very, very active. Walked all the time, got my 10,000 steps in. Oh, it was just, I was in challenges, yeah. Seriously, challenges. Weekly challenges, weekend challenges, just doing it. COVID hit. Well, COVID put a stop to a lot of things. And so COVID made stop me from doing my walking because I would go to the club and they had an indoor track and I would just walk around that track and I just enjoy listening to my music, put my, earplugs in and listen to my music. And before you know it, I had gotten I had did my walking. Well, when COVID came, I stopped. And so I didn't do, and COVID was here for a while. They closed all of the sites, where you could exercise, I'm almost scared to go outside. So moving forward, this past, I'm gonna say year and a half, I've been experiencing quite a few health challenges. One of those health challenges, well, I went to the doctor. They asked me, "You exercise?" I said, "Oh yeah, I exercise because I had been exercising. I had to take a stress test. Couldn't take the stress test, y'all. They had to give me something to make the stress test because I couldn't do it. Went to the club to exercise, and I could I could I could barely go around the lap of the track. My legs was just like I wasn't out of breath. My legs was like, oh. So I spoke to my doctor about it, and then I had to go have some tests. So what I found out was that I had pulmonary artery disease, where my arteries is closing up, and it comes from. I'm old, but it also comes from not exercising. And so I'm at the point now where I am trying to get back into my exercise. It has really helped because at one point it was difficult for me to walk from my car to the entrance of a store without my legs tightening up. And so now I've been doing my walking. I it's a work in progress, y'all. It's a work in progress. And so I'm telling you this so that you can, you know, it's never too late, but like I said, it's a work in progress. And so now I've been doing my little exercise. I do it for at least 5 or 6 days a week. Very small, minimal. You start small, and then I'll build. Each time I go, I build up. But I'm just telling you this because you got to do that physical uh, uh, activity. It really, really helps you. I feel so much better. You know what? Y'all know at this time of night I would be in the bed. But you see, I am up. I am feeling good. It just exercise makes you feel better. That's all I got to say. I knew that. And once you get out of it, it's hard to get back in. But if you could just do, when they say 3 to 4 times a week, to try to do 3 to 4 times. I try to do 5 because some day I try to do 5 to 6 because some days I do want to give myself a couple of days off, and so if I do it, then I don't feel bad if I give myself a day off. You know what I'm saying? So I keep that in mind and be forgiving. Forgive yourself and others. Don't be so hard on yourself. All of these things here come up under release. So we went over reflect. Now we have gone over release. So you want to make sure you release. The outcome is emotional freedom. Okay, who doesn't want that? And a sense of lightness, making space for renewal. For renewal. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I do come on here and I try to give you information, but there are some things that I do practice, and this reflection is one of those things that I practice. I have been practicing reflection for a long, long time. Like I said, I am a retired school teacher, and at the end of every school year, I reflected. I looked at what I taught the kids. I looked at what they learned. I looked at what worked best for me and the children. If it worked, I kept it. If it didn't work, I let it go. I let it go. And so reflection, release, and renew is something that you can use in every area of your life. Every area of your life. And you should be doing that. You should be reflecting on your thing. So we're going to take another brief message, a brief musical message. And then I am going to come back and I am going to talk to you about renew. Okay. Let me see. Well, I'm back. And so I want to talk to you about I'm Anna. I'm the host of Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. And we're starting the new year off. We're trying to have a new year, a new mindset. We want to have a purpose and a fulfilling life for 2025, and it can be done. So I want to talk to you about renew. Renew. Renew is the power of a clean slate, wiping it clean. That's what renew is. We reflect it, we've released it. Now we're going to renew it. We're going to start over with a clean slate. I want you to visualize your ideal year. Visualize your ideal year. I've already visualized mine. So I want you to visualize your year. Your year. Okay. Now, I want to go back. Oh no, I did it right. I told you about tearing up the paper on the other one. I thought I forgot. But okay. Let's talk about the purpose of renew. The purpose of renew is to restore energy, hope, and focus for the future. That is the purpose of renew. And so your focus area should be on setting new goals and intentions. And some of these things I will be talking about in the weeks to come. Because I think that next week we will be talking about, let me tell you right self-care, mind, body, and spirit is what we will be talking about next week, and setting goals. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that next week because, it's too long. I couldn't do it all in one session. This is going to be a 5-session series. Get ready. Get ready. A lot of activities, a lot of things, I'm going to have you download and stuff. But the purpose of renew is to restore energy, hope, and focus for the future. And you're going to do this by setting goals and intentions. You're going to cultivate habits that align with your values. You're going to cultivate habits that align with your values. You want to embrace self-care and wellness routines. Now that's hard to do, y'all. You want to embrace self-care and wellness routines. And then I'm going to say this is important to me. You want to reconnect with your passions and purpose. Now, I don't know if any of you, if you didn't, I'm going to make a suggestion that you can go to my YouTube channel. And really and truly, I would like for all of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I did not put it down there, but I will now. But I do want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And what I think the last episode that I did in December was on finding your why. Do you know your why? It's important that you know your why because your why is your purpose in life. And as I was growing up, I never heard about your why, until I was grown, y'all. Now, people talk about your why in different areas. So when I was in Weight Watchers, they wanted to know what was my why. What was my why? Why was I there? Why was I at Weight Watchers? To lose weight. That was my why. Okay. But what is your why in life? What is your purpose in life? Okay. And you can go back and look at that. I did a little exercise where you can figure out your why. I figured out my why and I read it to everyone. My why I'm here. And it was strange how things came out to inspire. All those things came out in my why. So you need to know your why because your why will help you connect with your passions and your purpose. And that is when you come into renew. And that's when you're going to start setting those new goals and doing those new things. Now, I said, I have my whys for this year. And I'm trying to cut back because I'm a very busy and active person. And so I'm older now, and I want to do some of the things that I like doing. I like sewing. I like quilting. And I feel like I've done what I needed to do in the past. And now I need to focus on my purpose and my passions. And it's important that, I'm explaining all this uh, to you. So, how do you do it? Let me tell you. The first thing is you want to create a vision board. What is your vision? I do one every year. Every year. I stick it on my refrigerator. So, because I go in my refrigerator all the time and I can look at it. That's my vision. It says up there 2025. Anna's goals and visions for 2025. And the thing about it is, now some people call a vision board a dream board. It can be a dream. I don't care whatever you call it. And I really don't care. I don't tell people how to make theirs. Mine was digital. I did it digital. And then I printed it and then I put it on the board on my refrigerator. So you can do the same thing. Put your stuff up there, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, all of those things so you see them because subconsciously you're looking at it every day. Every day you're looking at it. And so, it's up here. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. So you create that vision board. Now, I can't tell you what to put on your vision board because it's your vision. But I can tell you some of the things that I put on mine. I got healthcare on there. I got a car on there because I like Lexus. So one day I might be able to get that Lexus. It's up there. I want a beach, not a beach home, but a home by the lake or by water because it's so soothing. I have that on there. I have a big thing of money on there because I want to have financial freedom. Okay. I got a section in there on traveling because I love to travel. So, whatever you like to do, you want to put it on your vision board or your dream board. Okay. Now, I'm telling you this because, see, nobody told me this when I was growing up. These are things that I have learned over the years. And that's why I believe in uh, positive thinking and those type of things. So you ask yourself how to practice renewal. Because remember what I told you at the beginning of this uh, show was that practice makes perfect. And we must learn to practice reflection, release, and renew. So, how do we practice renewal? By creating that vision board, by starting a new routine or habit. And you know what? Sometimes you can piggyback on the habit that you already have. I think I can give you an example. Uh, let me see, let me think. When I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth. That's my habit. How can I make it better? When I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth and then I floss. Do you see how I'm increasing that habit? Now that's a habit you want to keep. All right. So, oh, it says spending time in nature. You know, nature can be very peaceful and calming to you. I'm very fortunate because I live near a nature center. And I used to take my kids there, but I don't mind going over there by myself and just they have 3 hiking paths and just go through there and hike and do that. I do it in the summer. I can't do it in the winter. But I can do it in the summer. And they have I think a 5 mile or 10 mile, and then one real 1 mile, path that you can hike. And that's just one way of getting my exercise. People get the exercise in different ways. I have a friend who, whenever we go out, she parks far away and walks up to whatever facility that we can have. The thing about it is to move, okay? And so, I used to do motivational movement on Facebook and YouTube, not you, yeah, YouTube, TikTok, and so I have started back my motivational movement because the devil is a lie, and I am gonna get these legs together. Okay, like one of my sorority sisters told me, I told because I haven't been going out too much, and they were saying that, you know, um, I told them I was having some health issues, and they were saying, well, one of them asked me, well, how long did your mother live? And I said, oh, she lived to 90. She said, well, you got to get that together. So that's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I'm trying to get it together. So the outcome for renew is a refreshed mindset, increase motivation, and alignment with your goals. And I'm hoping that this is what I conveyed to you this evening. I'm going to bring it all together for you now. Um, and then we're going to close. We're going to close out. And I'm going to work on those, getting myself together with these commercials. Really and truly, my desktop I've been using my laptop, but my desktop is the one that I had the problem with. And the laptop is just not working right. And I do need to put the desktop in the shop, and so I will do that because if I cannot get my stuff, get my commercials and stuff on here, it should just automatically come on over to this, but it didn't. And I believe it's on my iPhone. This is my Android phone, but the camera is better on this phone. And so that is why I'm on this phone. But let's bring it all together. Reflect. So this is what you want to do. You want to reflect on your experiences and identify areas for change. You want to release what holds you back emotionally, mentally, and spirituality. And then you want to renew your focus, energy, and sense of purpose. These steps can be applied to various aspects of life: relationships, career, spiritual growth, or personal well being. Whether practiced daily, seasonally, or during major life transitions, this cycle supports growing. This cycle supports continuous growth and balance. So this evening, I hope that in some kind of way I inspired you. I hope that in some kind of way I encouraged you. And I hope that in some kind of way I empowered you to live a blessed and a fulfilling life. And I'm looking over my notes because I want to make sure that I tell you everything. Okay. If you want, I will you can send me an email and I will send you the link for the download of that reflective sheet that um, so you can do the reflection activity. And it's free. And once you do it, just share your reflections on social media. You can, share them on my profile. You can come on there and share your thing. But I want to leave you with two things this evening. I'm going to leave you with a quote, and it's by T.S. Eliot. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Just keep that in mind. And so, with that being said, I am going to leave you with my three famous L's. You want to live your life to the fullest. Do things to make yourself happy. You want to laugh because laughter is good for the soul. And then the last thing is self-love. Make sure that you love yourself. So I want to wish you all a great evening and thank you again for watching Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and podcast.